course, it's not your usual run-of-the-mill Queens RMC game. A lot at stake in this one. Hutchison at the line, gets by Wells, and it's a 2-on-1. Hutchison holding on. He had Slomaslick in the slot, and the pass was broken up by RMC, and then they'll get a break. Here's Jared Touch, sharp angle up on the shoulder of Purbu, and he's the goals have eluded the Queens Gaels this year, but they'll take that. Hey, as long as you're killing them off, the shorthanded goals are just gravy.
Yeah, I think you'll trade in the shorthanded goals for the 90% efficiency.
That one just whipped right up to Michaud. He was met by Broaders, dumped it in. RMC will take this one way up. And on Broadway, it was intercepted by Tolnay. Renwick, near side of the ice, skates this one through center. Knocked down by Pym at the blue line. Who wants to get it under control? It's the Gaels. Tolnay lifted upstairs. Beautiful goal from the Queens Gaels. And it is the hometown kid, Nolan Hutchison, who brings the Gaels faithful to their feet.
What a goal there from Hutchinson, his 18th of the year, and Michael Davis getting a drink of water. Not much you can do about that one as we see the replay. Great read there by Tolnay. Hutchinson with that quick snapshot, and it's 1-0 Gaels, 8:20 left in the first.
It was a sneaking that one over the shoulder and under the bar of the RMC goal, and the Gaels are up 1-0, and you know that that's a bit of relief for them as they did not want to end the first period in a 0-0 draw. And there's Hutchison looking for a second one there. Quickly coming in with it, and then Matulu
play through the defense. We just saw it there with Alon. That's Parrish and Renwick, both defensemen out there. So very rare do you see two defensemen on a power play for the in general. But the Gaels rocking with that right now.
Hamilton took the feed from Perrick and then returns it to the blue line. Halfway through this call against Matulu, and the Gaels are looking for a second goal. Renwick in front, they deflect and score. Michaud right there to pump it past Davis, and just like that, they double it to 2-0.
And it was the defense again for the Gaels that get that play going. It was Parrish and Renwick passing it up on the top, and just your easy center it to the go to the net, and good things happen. Danielle Michaud picks up the Gaels' second goal of the night.
And on that one, you see why positioning so crucial for defensemen. Eric Moreau got on bigger than it is, but it goes back to 1886, March 10th, the first game between Queens and RMC played on the water here in Kingston.
That is a long time ago. A quick shot there by Queens. Kind of embodies what this RMC team's all about. He fights for every puck. He makes the first save a lot of the time, and those rebounds, well, you know, maybe they get loose on him a little bit sometimes. He never gives up on a play. There's another nice save there by Davis.
Katzele, as they still work with 60 minutes of power play time. Katzele over there for Tolnay. Delayed slightly, went into the corner. Now they'll snap it back. Lalonde over there on the circle. Hutchison looking for his second. No shots, just how much room all three Queens Gaels players had.
Arbor cutting off the RMC forward, trying to escape out the neutral zone. Fox does a nice move, trying to get that one over to O'Brien. He did for a moment, but a stick lift by the Gaels, and Hutchinson's the other going the other way. Hutchinson, backhand floater all the way over to Lalonde. He catches the fastball, tripped down. What a pass, what a goal! It's Marburg who makes it 3-0.
Mark it, cut it, send it to the Sports Network. That was a beautiful goal from the Queens Gaels as they went tick-tack back of the net.
Owen Lalonde doing his best Alexander Ovechkin impression there, taken down on the trip, still with the wherewithal to find Marburg on the back door, and you talked about it, that back door wide open again for the Gaels. This time they capitalized.
keep it on his stick so that the Paladins weren't able to get there and clear it down ice.
That'll be goal number 7 on the season for Samuel Marburg. A nice little campaign for him with a few games left to go in the regular season as Alon lets a shot go. That took a weird bounce, and Michaud had a chance. That one, Duff's going to hold the blue line for the Gaels. He makes one man miss. It was Leduc who got a stick on it the last minute, but the captain does a nice job of keeping that in for Queens. Good sustained pressure here as Hamilton walks in. Blocker saved by Katzele. Flips the sides of the ice. Tolnay has it now. Tolnay walks down, looks for a pass, finds the skate of Hutchinson. He moves it back to Lalonde. That's over to Katzele again. Katzele holding, firing. That's wide of Davis. Tolnay. Back to Lalonde. Flips it over to Tolnay again. Tolnay, he'll find Katzele. There's a great save by Davis. That rebound loose for a second, but what a save there from the Paladins goaltender is attitude that you've been talking about all night, Alan. As we'll play a little 4-on-4 hockey here for the next 13 seconds. It's RMC who wins the faceoff. There's a shot that's wide of the blocker of Purbu as that takes a weird bounce through the crease. Purbu
hates it, and then all of a sudden he has to scramble to find it. Did so successfully, got a piece and was able to cover it up. But the Paladins maybe see something there that they can build off of and create some chances moving forward.
It was almost friendly fire too, as there's a big RMC moving forward again. Over the blue line, 50 seconds left now in the man advantage. Cap, he's on it for the Gaels, but not for long as there's a centering chance. Purbu made the first save. Revo, he'll wrap it around the boards. There's a hit right in front of the Queens bench. Gets a reaction from the RMC fans in the building. Oh, there's a big hit there as that was Smith just demolishing Rebo. Now a chance for RMC the other way. Purbu drilled as well. The arm's going to go up. RMC going to get penalized for that. Now Renwick is chucking it with Smith as a crazy sequence of events here at Slush Puppie Place.
Well, I knew this was coming as soon as Smith took a hit on Purbu, and Renwick wasted no time coming in to defend his netminder. Ryan Smith had his gloves off ready, and Renwick answered the bell. That's what you need from a player when your goalie gets a shot like that.
Yeah,
like they gave Smith 2 for goalie interference and a game misconduct, and they gave Renwick a game misconduct.
Blue line, he'll move it to Tolnay. There's a shot that's high and wide to Davis. Katzele settles it down far side boards. It's Tolnay again. This time he centers it to Hutchinson. Makes the save as Davis. Rebound loose for a moment, but once again, Michael Davis does a nice job of tracking it down as somebody's in a headlock.
I think that might be Tanner. Matulu roping him up from behind. You're going to see this down here. Queens came to defend their guy, so now the Paladins are going to show, hey, you can't push our guy around either.
There's still lots of hockey to be played here. We're not 4:12 left in the third period. We're 4:12 left in the second period, so there's a full period left to go here. We'll see where this escalates to as the lawn moves it over to Katzele. Katzele, nice pass. Cameron Tolnay shoots, he scores! Cameron Tolnay over the glove of Michael Davis, and the Gaels lead 4-0.
Great cross-zone puck movement from the Queens Gaels on this one, and that's what pulled the Paladins out of position and allowed that shot to get off and beat Michael Davies. You saw him there scrambling at the tail end of that sequence to the net.
Some of the passing we've seen tonight from the Gaels has just been pretty. Of course, the Lalonde goal, that was the highlight reel one, but that was another great pass, as you mentioned there from Queens, as Darren Kapp just drives RMC centerman down as we're going to have another fight here. I didn't quite see who the centerman was as Colton Cousins is tied up with somebody at the face-off. Blocker side of Purbu, won by RMC as they set up here on the power play. They just had a shortened power play a few moments ago as Pascal collects it now. He'll move that one to the blue line. Pascal gets it back as Coltart, and he played catch. Coltart. There's a shot from a sharp angle, and he scores. It's Pascal from an impossible angle, and it's 4-1.
Well, I told you that the power play for the RMC Paladins had come on as of late, and there we saw it. Isaac Pascal didn't have.
Katzele can't settle down that pass. Now he does with Golan. It's Tolnay again. He centers it. Nobody home for the Gaels as that slid through the feet of everybody. Katzele He walks in, shoots from a sharp angle. That's off the boards and all the way down the ice. So already 40 seconds gone off of this Gaels power play. Hutchinson leading the charge. Skates past one RMC defender. Hutchinson in, scores! Nolan Hutchinson grabs his second of the game, and it's 5-1 Queens.
Even popped the water bottle just for good measure, as he is having himself a game. Nolan Hutchinson, not the type of player you want to give that much space to, and he comes barreling off the right wing side, and he had just enough step to get around the defenseman. Saw he had the angle on Michael Davis, and in the transition from the backhand to forehand, open up some space and beat him with it to restore that 4-goal cushion for the Gaels.
To slow things down, now under 30 seconds left in period number 2. Parachil moved that one up to Larman. CT La Rochelle trying to track that one down. Hamilton's going to go to the bench for a change. So is Larman. So fresh legs here for the Gaels. Maybe one last rush in period number 2, but it's RMC the other way. Fox, he holds up the blue line, shoots, he scores! Great shot there from
Doug Free behind the goal line off the body of Lalonde, and he will hold up at his own blue line, slides the pass forward. Larmond threw a big hit there as Hebert came through as Marburg heads off, and then Michaud lugs it the rest of the way. Chipped it back behind the RMC defense. That's Pym. Right corner, dug loose. Katzelay trying to evade the check of Welton. Barrels his way out into the slot. Phelps is in. He has been lethal all night for the Queens Gaels. Could easily have 3 goals. Dropped it back there, hitting the brakes and shaking his man was Sam Marburg, and then a little more aggressive in the offensive aspect in the last month or so for the RMC Paladins, and it's worked for him. 2 goals, 12 assists, 14 points. Shot in there. Purbu apiece to keep that out. Wells came off the line, tried to seal it off, could not. Marburg will race in. Here comes Marburg. Pascal on him. Shot and a save from Davis. And then Marburg flat. And then a big shot thrown on Pascal from one of the Queens Gaels in there. Hutchinson the one delivering that. Back into RMC territory. This one went. Middle of the ice, Liam Service. He gets in on the attack off that right wing side. Shot in there, didn't miss by much. Lively
but that's not been the case here tonight.
Broaders to the slot. Coulthard will dig this one to the wall. He'll lock up with Lemieux, who wants it. It's Broaders. Dropped it back off the cycle. Pascal shot in there. Purbu this time. Turned over at center, and here's Hutchinson. Puck rolling up on him. Poke check from Michael Davis. And that will get them out of danger. Big hit thrown there. Duff on Brock McNaughton, who is slow, and I think that one may be an elbow or an interference call. It is going to be an interference call as Duff got a shot from Matulu.
That was a monster hit by Jack Duff. Humongous. Kind of that awkward space between the boards too, where he's not quite there but almost driving him into the boards.
That was a monster hit for sure. Puck was not there, so interference the call. I think Matulu's going to be given the 10-minute misconduct for Lalonde. Shot into the corner, quick one-touch passes, comes back. Lalonde, right circle. Larmond back to Lalonde. Larmond one-timer and he whiffed on it. Davis made the pass. Left wing again, turned over. Here is Blake to Coulthard. First shot, he hit a backside, stays out. Goes to the far side of the rink. Another shot this time from the right point by Hebert. Missed. They're down the boards. Taking this one will be 10 or off the glass. Final seconds tick off as it's wristed up the wall by Blake. And this will do it for the 37th edition of the Carr Harris Cup. The Queens Gaels take it by a score of 5-2.